This is not an agent. I am not an investment advisor. Please consult your financial advisor before making any financial decisions.
Okay, so today AJ Paul has reached out to me and asked, I'd like to know the assessment of the current assessment of the house that's sold here. So the first thing that I thought was, well, I could probably go and find it on the map today, but I didn't realize at first that the article is actually from February 26, 2016. So I'm not going to show you the first method I used because it didn't work. But what I will show you is the second method that I used. Now, the first method that I used, I just took a look at the sale price and the asking price, and then I looked at on Zealty.ca. I looked at that range in a particular area, and then took a look to see if I could find that house. But of course, Zealty has 2 years of sales history right now in the search. And so I wasn't able to find it that way. So what I did instead was I took a look at some of the visual cues on the particular photo. Now we know that it was on First Avenue West, so that really narrows down the search area. And then for visual cues, I can see that there's this huge cedar here. Now those are really easy to find in satellite view because they're big, they're round, and they're green all the time. I can also see here that there's a deciduous tree that has lost its leaves in this photo. There's a single peak roof here, and then there's 2 dormers over on the house in question. So what I'm going to be looking for is a large, round green tree with 2 dormers next to it, and then that'll help us find the particular house on the Zealty map search. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into Zealty. Now, when I go into Zealty here, I'm just going to scroll out a little bit, and so we can see that here's the limit of Kitsilano. So for this house to have been in Kitsilano, it had to start somewhere over here, and very close to the water. I can see why maybe they wanted to pay a little bit more for that house. So let's take a look at the satellite view now. So if you go into the satellite view, now remember we're looking for that big green thing with a double peak right behind it. So here's one tree. This looks more, it doesn't look like a cedar though, and there's not a double peak behind it. So here we can see these aren't cedars. Okay, here's a cedar tree. Here's a double peak. I'm just going to turn off these lot lines. And then here's a deciduous tree. Here's that peak next to it. So I think this is actually our house. So we got 1, 2, 3 houses off. I'm going to flip into the map view here, and then I'm just going to click on that house. Okay, and that brings us into the history for that particular house. Okay, so we can see that this one sold for 4.23. I'm going to show the assessment history now. And okay, so if this sold February, it was already assessed at 2.6. It jumped up quite a bit in 2017. Now we're back at 2.879 again. So you can see even though there's that meteoric rise, they're really fictional prices. Someone paid a lot for that house. Maybe they really wanted it at that point in time. I hope they don't have to sell anytime soon. Anyways, that's how I would find that house in particular. I hope this video helps you out when you're doing your own research on Zealty.ca. If it did help, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you found this video entertaining, if it helps out, you can subscribe to the channel and just click the thumbs up at the bottom. That helps out quite a bit. Until next time, my name's Jeff, and I'm not an agent.